So we will move to the Hong Kong. Ms. Lee, she will talk about best practice and the resources. Okay.
Okay, I want to stand up. Good afternoon, everyone. It's really my pleasure to introduce our center, CIS Crisis Center, to all of you. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Bubble Lee. I'm the Senior Social Work Practitioner of CIS Crisis Center. My agency is Tung Wah Group of Hospital. On behalf of my agency, I would like to thank for the organizer, Ms. Chi and Ms. Tong. I know that Ms. Tong is already on the way because she has some important things to do, as well as all of your participants, all of your participation. If with opportunities, let's meet in Hong Kong in the coming future. I think before I go into the details of our services, I would like to give you some figures so that you can a little bit more understand our services. As you can see from the table, okay, yes. As you can see from the table, from 2006 to 2007, for all sexual abuse, spousal abuse, elder abuse, and child abuse cases, there is a dramatic increase. So, in response to such alarming social problem, the Hong Kong government commissioned our agency to set up the CIS Crisis Center by the open bidding. Our center is opened on the March of 2007. At the same time, there is a great incident happened in Hong Kong. A mother who is a DV victim who threw away the two children from 33 floors of her building and then self-attempted suicide by high jump. So this traumatic issue allowed the government to put more resources. Next one. Okay. Every time when I do the service presentation of our center, I really love to explain the name of our center as it's really meaningful. Simply speaking, CIS Crisis Center implies that our mission sees all crises in our society, just similar with stop all crises in our society, etc., etc. In fact, the word CIS connotes the guiding principle of the service development and operation. C stands for confidentiality, and E stands for empowerment, A stands for advocacy, and S stands for self-determination and safety, and finally E stands for early identification and community education. For the works of empowerment, we try our best to empower all clients to enhance confidence, knowledge, skills, and resources to face their traumatic experience and live for an independent life. For advocacy, we strive for policy change for better prevention of all kinds of violence and better protection and support to the victims. And through community education, we hope to encourage different professional community stakeholders and the general public to early identify potential clients for receiving our service. And then let's talk about our service target. Yes, our service target. Very interesting. Our service target is a little bit different from all other shelters in Hong Kong because we use the names of child accommodation because we have two blocks of building, and we can meet both male victims and female victims and the LGBT group, and that means the homosexual community. Our service target is regardless of the age, gender, and race. No matter which countries you are coming from, we can provide our services. And there is some available translation services in Hong Kong as well. Our target is mainly the victims of sexual violence, people encountering domestic violence, including victims of child abuse, battered women or men, and victims of elder abuse, and any other different kind of family crisis. In Hong Kong, the definition of DV is a little bit different. We have changed the name in intimate partner relationship instead of a relationship of a couple and of a wife and husband. And our service scope, yes, our service scope included a 24 hours hotline services for hotline counseling, immediate risk assessment, and crisis intervention, a little bit same as the practice in Japan. But all of our hotline are manned by registered social worker. So when you just call 18281, every call is picked up by a social worker and charted and assessed by a social worker. During the non-office hour of the government units, we also provided immediate outreach service for the victims of sexual violence, domestic violence, and elder abuse. And our short-term accommodation services, just like the refuge, was just launched in 2008. And we provide 18 beds for our service target who are not suitable to go back home due to the crisis. And the duration of stay is normally 2 weeks. Also, we will make referral and support service and professional consultation services. Up to now, you may be very boring because I have talked a lot of dry information. So I would like to open a video, yes, so that you can have more understanding of our services. It's approved in 2008 during the charity gala of Tonghua. Yes, in every year we will do the charity gala.
Sexual violence, domestic violence, and family crisis is becoming more ubiquitous. Instead of this, workers of hospital established a multi-purpose crisis intervention and support center, namely the SAFE Crisis Center, in the March of 2007, aiming at helping people in need to tide over the crisis. Fully support you during the crisis, closely accompanying you throughout the recovery, is the mission statement of SAFE Crisis Center. Providing effective and prompt help for people facing different kinds of crises. Hotline service is available on a 24-hour basis all year round. All crisis calls are answered directly by registered social workers. The one-stop service provided by the center includes instant emotional support over the phone, immediate outreach, in-depth counseling, prompt referral, short-term accommodation, and professional consultation services. Besides, in response to the economic scenario, a 24-hour hotline serving people who are emotionally disturbed by the financial crisis has been launched recently. Once the sexual violence case has been known to SAFE Crisis Center, a series of support and follow services will be provided right away to the client. These services include instant emotional support, escort for medical examination and treatment, police statement taking, as well as assistance in legal proceedings. Clients' consent to these services is strictly observed and respected. In-depth counseling service for at least 6 months is also provided for the client. The social worker will accompany the client on the path to recovery until they can work through this hardest moment in life. As for people who are facing domestic violence, elder abuse, or family crisis, they may not be suitable to go back home. So, these crisis centers' short-term accommodation service provides a safe place for them to have immediate relief from their home environment. Currently, the center is equipped with 25 dormitories with 80 beds for individuals and families in need. Every dormitory is always with its own kitchen and bathroom, so as to ensure the privacy of each resident. Program receiving activities, yoga, dance, artwork, etc. are available for residents to express and work on their inner feelings. Therapeutic and mutual health groups are also adapted to help residents get over the crisis, reduce their confidence, and above all, reintegrate themselves into the community.
Originally, it's a Chinese version, and we have taken the English soundtrack only. So if you want to see the full version in Cantonese, you can just go to YouTube and then just write down the Chinese name of SAFE Crisis Center. Then you can search the full version of the video. And here, I would like to take some time to introduce you our support services for the adults victims of sexual violence, as it is the first services of its kind that is funded by the Hong Kong government. As the same as before, I would like to start with the related statistics.
感谢。
Okay, this one. For the statistics, I would like to share about our situation in Hong Kong and our service divide. From a study done in 2006, about 40% of women aged 18 or above experienced sexual assault in their lifetime, and 2.1% of the women experienced sexual assault in the past year. As you all know, sexual violence is already commonly underreported. This study finds that only 20 to 30% of the victims reported the assault to the police. So you can think of the situation is very heavy in Hong Kong and even in the world. And the next one, in this table, we can find that the sexual violence victims in Hong Kong tend to have delayed help-seeking behavior. And this study is conducted by our center and the City University of Hong Kong. And even worse, 70% of the victims approached us 10 years or more after the SV incident. In fact, in our clinical experience, the more delayed the victims to seek help, the more complicated of their problems are. And it also takes longer time for treatment processes. In the services in Hong Kong, our support services for the sexual violence victim is quite special. How special is it? We provide the one-stop support services at where victims are present at that moment, so that they don't need to go to the different place to do the different procedure. For all the follow-up medical and legal procedure, we can accompany and escort the client throughout the process for better support. For some social work, for some social service, a client may need to repeat his or her problem to different social worker in the hotline level, outreaching level, and case follow-up level. In order to minimize any re-traumatization of our SV client, our hotline worker who received the call from the SV victims will be assigned to provide the whole package of services. That means from the first time to the end of the services is still one of the social worker to prevent re-traumatization and to save the incident for so many times. Okay, apart from the victims of sexual violence, we also provide the support services for the victims of elder abuse. The services is very similar to the SV services. We also provide hotline, outreaching, and follow-up program, etc., etc. And then let's talk about our short-term accommodation. Our short-term accommodation services is actually same as the women refuge in Hong Kong. Actually, in Hong Kong, we have 5 women shelters together with 2 agencies who are holding the services of short-term accommodation services. One is Tonghua and another is Territories. And our short-term accommodation services is free of charge. Free of charge include the accommodation service and facility, but user has still have to pay for some money for their own daily expenses. But if they have some financial difficulties, the government can support, and they apply from the comprehensive social security services. And the duration of stay basically is 2 weeks, but in maximum, in present situation, maybe more than a year. And in our short-term accommodation services, we also provide counseling services, group and program and aftercare services to them. And we do hope to them to reintegrate back to the society. And now I would like to show some pictures of our shelters to all of you. As mentioned in our video, we have totally 25 dormitories with 18 beds. Each dorm is self-contained in design with kitchen and shower. It is quite a luxury, as most of the residential services in Hong Kong are communal, and residents need to have share a kitchen or dining room for 6 to 8 or even 12 people. And actually, the the rank in Hong Kong is very high, so it's quite necessary for providing such kind of services. For concerning the great needs of privacy for our sexual violence victims, we also have a single room for that. Actually, we have 2 single rooms in 2 different blocks. And the last picture you can show the kitchen and bathroom. Not to be so fast. The last one, yes, it's the common room and with computer corner for them to have social gathering with other service users. Then the next one, the forensic examination room. It's also very special, and this is the only one services provided in Hong Kong. This is our forensic room for some sexual violence clients who prefer to have forensic examination at our center. We can arrange such service here. But from 2008 till now, no forensic have been done. Yes, because all have been conducted in police station or even the hospital. An interview room for counseling service. The next one. And the dancing and yoga room. On the top of our traditional counseling process, we also try to use different means to help our clients, such as expressive arts therapy and also play therapy. For the next picture, we have play room. The applications for our services is very easy. Just call our hotline 18281, 24 hours in service, or referred by the professional. At the next part, I would like to show our service presentation and community education work. I've bring a package of many publicity products, but I'm so sorry that it's very heavy, so that I only bring one for the organizer. Yeah. We have done a lot of publicity work because our service is very new and also start at 2007 only. We have designed different poster and pamphlet with different language. We have translated into 7 languages, including Indian, Nepali, etc., etc. We have also write newspaper column and producing educational pamphlet for educating the public on understanding and preventing different abusive acts. And also conduct some service promotion at the MTR station, bus and outdoor LCD screen. Actually, our agency had topped up about 1 million to do all publicity in the last 5 years. And we also work hard to cooperate with different universities to produce some TVC to help to popularize our service. Before the end, I want to show one show. It's conducted by the Department of Journalism and Communications of Suet University.
大師，我想問家宅啊。大師，我想問家宅啊。
你夫妻唔和睦啊！雖然家和萬事興，但係逃避係解決唔到問題嘅。就你5個字。
A woman who is a DV victim sought help from a fortune teller. The fortune teller gave her a tips for having a better life. The tips is very simple, just writing 18281 our honor in the kind hand. And I think time is nearly up. Lastly, I would like to end my presentation by sharing our vision. The last 2 pages. Our vision, yes. We should cease going in pain or living in fear. We should cease the controlling relationship that hurts. We should cease remaining silent or watching like a passerby, and we should cease prolonging suffering and repeating victimization. Spouse battering should cease, child sparkling should cease, sexual assault should cease, elder abuse should cease, and all violence should cease in any form, in any place, in any time, and in any culture. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms.
one is a best practice. Yeah, thank you. Okay.